So hi, my name is Krishnan Balasubramanian. I am with the Mechanical Engineering Department at IIT Madras, and I joined IIT in year 2000, having spent about 16 years in the US. Over the last 23 years or so, IIT Madras has been an incredible journey. That also includes being a part of the committee that actually created the incubation policy of IIT Madras, which kind of was one of the very important milestones that IIT Madras had to go through. Today, actually work with a Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship called the Gopalakrishnan Deshpande Center. Yes, along the way, I have been instrumental in a few startups. We have about more than 10 startups that came out of our center. My first startup in India was a company called Dhwani Research. Now Dhwani has become 3 companies. So we actually make machines which actually inspects rocket motors, missiles, aerospace, automotive components. Pretty much every big national program in Indian strategy sector, our machines are used. Over the years, they have also looking at creating data analytics part of it. So that's spun off as a separate company called Dhwani AI. So the second company is a company called Planis Technologies that one of my colleagues, Prabhu Rajagopal, and I together founded with Tanuj Junjunwala and Vineet Upadhyay. And interestingly, what it does is it does underwater data measurement. So whether it's inspection data, whether it is survey data. So we build very impressive robotics that go underwater, collect data. We are able to give information so that you can more efficiently operate the asset that you have. Following which, another company called Detect Technologies came about, which is probably has the largest number of people employed. I think Detect employs something close to about 550, 600 people. We're looking at environmental compliance using mostly vision-based data, and we're using a lot of artificial intelligence to find out, without a human intervention, to see if the plant is operating properly or not. So a lot of the oil and gas industries such as Shell, Exxon, Reliance, they are all using their technologies today. Subsequently, we've had a couple of more companies. So one is called Zyma Analytics, very nice industrial thermometers that can measure temperatures, measure the property of fluids at very high temperatures and very hostile environments. More recently, a company called Solinas Integrity also has taken a lot of credit for solving some social issues that includes replacing the human intervention into a septic tank with robotics. And also we're looking at bringing every citizen in India a clean water. My research is a little bit of a multidisciplinary research. So I work in the area which is called as non-destructive testing, where we use technologies and physics-based technologies which actually looks inside engineering structures and components. Very similar to medical field. Exactly the same technology. Instead of using on your human body, we go to a railway bridge. We go to a pipeline that is transporting oil or gas. We go to airplanes and make sure that everything is all right. So that is my field, but it involves a lot of fundamental work to understand how a technology can be developed and made to work and solve a problem of interest either to the community or to the industry. Well, interestingly, when I was in college and I went to what used to be Regional Engineering College, Tiruchirappalli, today it's called NIT Trichy. And even at that time, there was something called Entrepreneurship Development Cell. And when I graduated the final year, I was the president of that EDC. Then, of course, I went away from all that. But when I went to US, so from undergraduate, I went straight to US to do my master's and PhD. Interestingly, I found a situation where my own advisor was actually had a startup. In fact, he made me, I think for some Pepsi and pizza, I used to do some work for that company. So we actually went ahead and I used to do a little bit of work for him. But what was critical for me was I learned a lot from him. I learned a lot how to treat customers, how to treat clients, which is a very important part of business. How to maintain relationships with your own employees, how to reward them when you should, and how to take the stick when you have to. And these were very important lessons for me. As I said, my role is primarily academic. I'm still a researcher 100%. But my role in startup is primarily to motivate people to think beyond what they do in the lab. We also, as I said, I help in the metamorphosis of key individuals to actually become entrepreneurs. So the day I feel that these guys are entrepreneurs, I take a step back. But the way you do that is to ensure that they take informed decisions and they live up to their decision making. In many ways, as a faculty, what do? We are there to actually teach, train students. So there's no difference between what I do with teaching a course in design or teaching somebody to become an entrepreneur. I'm guiding them, I'm taking them. So in many ways, it's like a graduate student program that I work with. See, one of the things that is very critical for an entrepreneur is your ability to take risks. Right. And what I'm seeing is, and what I mean by that is, can I close my eyes and take a leap of faith? Right. Entrepreneurship is all about taking the leap of faith. You have to believe in your ideas and go forward. One good thing about our ecosystem is we are dealing with young kids. Many of them start the journey at the age of 18, 19 and become CXOs by 21, 22. At that age, I think it's easier to take the leap of faith because you have less to lose. So that is one of the common things I see with all the young, that they are willing to take the leap of faith, take the risks. When you design something for an objective, obviously you enhance the success of that objective. So Research Park is designed from grounds up to facilitate collaborations between IIT Madras, its faculty, its students, its ecosystem with industries. So I think that this is a wonderful model, and I know that several other academia are now mimicking this model. Whenever somebody says, wow, this is great infrastructure, wonderful building, lovely facility, I say anybody can build it with money. What is difficult to build is what goes on inside the building. So this is an ecosystem that works. This is an ecosystem that actually makes impossible happen.